Hello, everybody. My name is Forrest Informative, and did you guys know that by the year 2019, there will be an estimated 2.77 billion people using social networking websites? Currently, there is already an astonishing 2.46 billion, and this number is growing exponentially. This is actually 7.6 times the amount of people that live in America alone. So today, guys, we'll obviously be diving headfirst into what is social networking. So did you guys know that 98% of college students are actually enrolled in some type, way, shape, or form of a social networking website? 27% of which are using these sites for 6+ hours a week. I myself have been using social networking sites since early 2005 on my very first MySpace page, and today I have my very own Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which I also use to promote my flow art team. As it's obvious, social networks have been a huge revolutionary in the way we communicate today. What isn't so obvious is what more you can accomplish with certain ideas are brought to light. So, what we'll be talking about today is first, what exactly a social networking site is. Second will be the potential uses you can capitalize on, and third is how social network sites affect us. That being said, let's dive into what social network sites really are. A social networking website is a dedicated website that allows people to communicate, share, and post information with each other. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and LinkedIn are all websites that fall into this category. You form personal relationships and you can share similar ideas with anybody and everybody within these networks. Social networks have become a foundation for the way we spread information in a rapid way, especially with news and information like that. So, as reported by Social Networks Pro-Con on their webpage entitled The Leading Sources for Pros and Cons of Controversial Issues, it says, and I quote, 76% of American adults use social networking sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn as of 2015, end quote. This is exactly why our president, Donald Trump, is currently using his Twitter to acknowledge the public. So with seeing how our president exploits one of the many tools that social networking sites actually have to offer, it brings up another great point of interest. What are some of the potential uses of social networking sites? So, chatting with friends and keeping up with the latest memes are just a sample of what these sites truly have to offer. But first, I'd like to jump into the business side of social networks and how much communication is key for businesses and corporations. So, according to DreamGrow on their webpage entitled Social Media Marketing Statistics, and I quote, there are now over 50 million small businesses using Facebook pages to connect with their customers, end quote. Being able to craft a brand has never been easier with social networking sites offering tools of their very own through paid subscriptions. These subscriptions offer businesses and corporations the ability to advertise in high-tech algorithms that put their product in front of millions of people who are interested in similar products. Especially with websites like LinkedIn, which offer a new basis in which to connect with their employee or employers. LinkedIn is specifically designed social networking site dedicated to career and business professionals. Unlike Facebook or Twitter, quality over quantity is key here. Aim for strategic relationships. As LinkedIn also offers one of the world's largest job search engines, so anybody looking for a job, jump on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is essentially a marketing tool and should be considered as such. Some would even call it an online business card as it helps you connect to an endless supply of network professionals. Uses of social network sites have been a huge game changer to everyone. What you may not know is truly how we are affected by these types of websites. College students' benefits also come with huge surprising downside. According to Social Networking Pro-Cons on their webpage entitled Leading Sources for Pro-Cons for Controversial Issues, I quote, students who use social networks and media while studying score 20% lower on tests, end quote. However, social networks also offer a place for students and teachers to collaborate, similar to the way we use Blackboard for Wabanti. Social networks are known to be a breeding ground for false information, as 64% of people who have used these sites have later found that the information they were provided was found false. Especially with political views and opinions, and these are like the leading facts that are found false on these types of websites. So, in conclusion, social networks are only what you make of them. The outcome of how you implement your time in social networks is truly up to the person who is using them. They are in a way a double-edged sword and can possibly do just as much harm as good. Ask Donald Trump. So with learning how social networks came to be, how much you can implement their endless amounts of tools, and how they affect us, you may now finally be able to wrap your head around the concept that is social networking. So with 98% of college students currently enrolled in these websites, you're already in the loop of social networking. Becoming empowered and honing your skills with these types of websites can become very beneficial. The tools that are presented are a milestone in today's society, and we can build businesses, make friends, and stay in touch with distant relatives miles and miles away. The most important thing to remember is that these social network sites were made for us to connect on a large scale. And this speech is just a reminder for what's coming in the future. So I'd like to thank you guys for listening, and have a good night.